Okay, Professor Meissner, the second time on our Blue Rocket couch now. The second session you've been covering as a rapporteur, and it was the one on KEP and for e-commerce. So, which were the findings of that session?
Well, I mean, one of the findings is that it's still a market that is in movement. Yeah, so there's nothing yet set. There were 3 presenters, which were very interesting, 7 Senders, ShipCloud and Packadoo. 7 Senders is a provider that brings together as sort of an aggregator and access a lot of countries in Europe with all the problems that people face that are sending there. There's many languages. There's many local carriers, and they have a platform that can be used there. They predict that it will not be the big players will do most of the delivery in those countries, and they bring that together as an access platform for many European countries there.
So an international approach, pretty much.
Yes, an international approach.
Okay, which is the second one?
The second one was ShipCloud, and they're mainly focusing on e-commerce as a plug-and-play version into shop systems. So they could interface right away into a variety of shop systems, and then they aggregate on that platform some providers. That they have. It's a full integration, and their assumption is, which they pointed out, is that customers nowadays really would like to choose the logistics provider of their choice, mainly because in some areas the driver doesn't get out, just leaves the cart or something like that. Yeah, so I think it's important. They say right now only 25% of online shops give the option to the customer to choose, but it would be as important that 60% are saying they would not order from a shop when they couldn't determine the way that they're going to ship. Yes.
Okay. And the second one, which is Packadoo, I think. What are they doing?
The third one, yes.
The third one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Packadoo. They're actually hands-on last mile delivery. So they're wanted to deliver where you are, and they started off by having actually delivery within companies, so companies would pay. They also had then parcel lockers, so they tried to tackle the last mile, and specifically in big companies. This is where they started, and where they try to develop now other solutions as well. So they see themselves a little bit of an intra-logistics provider delivering parcels within large corporations, for example.
Okay, these kind of players are pretty near to us as consumers. If we order a parcel, for example, we have to do with that kind of stuff as well. Which solution was convincing to you?
I think they're all convincing. I think they address different parts. I think they address different parts of the different parts. 7 Senders definitely from international. I could feel that. I lived in England for a long time. There's different providers that are that you can use for that. So I think that absolutely makes sense. A simple plug-and-play solution for many smaller online shops is absolutely needed. Smaller shops probably can't program themselves. So if there's a plug-and-play solution within the APIs, and Packadoo as well. There has been some efforts, I think, to do general pack stations. But the biggest player in Germany, has refused to support universal pack stations. And for that reason, there will be stuff will still be in flux there. And we will see where that develops. But there can really be still a market for that as well. I don't think they're really conflicting. I think they're all addressing a very interesting problem, but it's still in flux. I think it's still in flux. So we will have to see what the future holds, and which solution there for last mile delivery in Germany finally will prevail. It's clear that if people would work together, if companies would work together, the solution from the consumer would be better. But on the other hand, companies would give up their USP if they would work together. So naturally, the bigger players want to hold on their value add and keep their network that they've built for themselves. So that's why it will take some time for that to figure it out.
But sounds like the three approaches are really there to stay, I guess. So thank you very much. Sounds like it has been a very interesting session.
It's been very interesting. Thank you very much for having me. Thanks.
Thank you.